Listen, Roku, me and you, we need to have a bit of a chat. Roku's a device I've kind of softened on in the last few years. Originally I didn't like it. For the obvious reason, a lot of my subscribers know as well, they don't offer the ability to sideload. They're not an Android-based device. So this limits them in a lot of ways for users that want to be able to customize it. But I do recognize that the whole purpose of Roku is simplicity. And on top of that, the other major bonus is there was pretty much no ads, despite one image ad I didn't even know about. And then of course, ads that were integrated into their actual free content, which is perfectly okay. I'm good with that. Ads integrated into free content, cool, ad supported. And with Fire TVs literally trying to throw ads down your throat every single place you look, including on Prime Video now, the Roku honestly had a really nice potential niche in the market. But it looks like, of course, that's changing, because why wouldn't it, right? So let's talk about the ways Roku might be integrating more ads into your experience. I also want to look at the current state of the Roku interface, and also what their CEO had to say about it during their recent quarterly call. All right, let's get into it.
Okay, we need to talk about where these ads are going to be placed and what ads are currently available on your Roku device. This is the ad that is currently on Roku devices. It's a big placement right here. You can see presented by Verizon, for example. Now, I'll be honest, I didn't even realize this ad existed. Like, here's one on my device for Apple TV. So let me know down below how long have you guys noticed this ad for, because I didn't even know it was there. Maybe it's my lack of using the Roku device, but now I just see it all the time and it's just always right there in my face. Okay, so here's Roku's big plan. Let me show you this. So this is their CEO, Anthony Wood, and he's an American English billionaire. He's rich as fuck. Like, owning a stake of Roku in 2021 was worth $7.2 billion. That was his stake alone. So let's not get things twisted here. This guy is not hurting for cash. But this is what he had to say after their recent earnings call, their quarterly earnings call. He said, "We're going to add a video ad to that." So basically what they're talking about is taking this current placement right here and making it a playable ad. However, they don't mention whether they're going to consider having an autoplay feature where it's going to automatically play, or are they going to give the ability to turn that off? Will you have to click it to play? There's so many questions. But for me, I think the obvious answer is it's almost guarantee going to autoplay unless they get a ton of complaints. If they get a ton of complaints, I would not be surprised if they take away the automatic autoplay, or at least give you an option to toggle it off in settings. Okay, but let's look at what else he had to say. So I think this is very important to mention right here. He said this will be the first video ad in that we add to the home screen. So that's very important wording right there. That's the first. And to me, what does that kind of insinuate? The first of many, of course, because like Fire TV, where you're like, it's just a few ads, it's not too bad. Okay, it's a little bit more. That's a lot of ads. I'm not sure about this now. I imagine Roku is going to follow a very similar pattern, but maybe stay a few steps behind Amazon. That way they have some plausible deniability. Like, we're still better, okay? We still have less ads.
Now, before we go any further, I want to take a second to tell you about our sponsors, IPVanish. Online security and anonymity while I'm streaming is something that's very important to me. It's always bothered me that our internet service providers are able to track everything we do online, and they even keep that on record sometimes for years. And if you use IPTV, you know there is a chance that those records could be released in certain court hearings. In fact, it's happened in both the UK and the US. That's why I turn on IPVanish every time I go and stream. It works across every single device. I can use it on multiple devices at once, and I even share it with my friends and family. I do have a discount link down below where you can get up to 75% off with a 30-day money-back guarantee. And I really appreciate every single one of you that purchases through that link. It's a great way to support the channel and allows me to continue to make great content like this for you guys. Okay, let's get back to the video.
So he said the single existing static banner ad gaining video ads may not be the only annoyance coming to Roku's home screen. So he's literally admitting here that this is going to be an annoyance to consumers. But I think the consideration comes in, is it an acceptable annoyance that people are going to live with? That's the bet right here. He also admits that they're testing other type of ad units, and that's pretty obvious. They're probably going to do a lot of A/B testing to see which ones convert the best, which ones annoy people the most. And they'll either try to compromise or they'll just go for maximum monetization. Now, there's some different ways that they could integrate ads. For example, one thing Fire TV did is they turned these little blocks into potential ad blocks as well. So this middle one could be an ad for a fucking Chevy for all we know. Or maybe they decide to throw in a McDonald's banner right where Prime Video is right now. So you can get a free Big Mac with your second purchase. And Roku's kind of prime for this type of advertisement. They have a lot of these open blocks where you could just throw in 1, 2, 3 ads that when you hover over are auto playing every single time. And I haven't even mentioned yet the potential for a giant banner up here, right where we see this Roku City skyline. That is prime inventory for an app or like a streaming service, just advertising the great deal you can get with AMC Plus to watch all of The Walking Dead. But of course, he had a little bit more to say as well. So this is the part I found hilarious. So right after he talked about how they're testing other ad units, he says this: looking at other experiences we can add to the home screen, that would be where we can innovate more video advertising. But he continues on, he said, so there's a lot of ways we're working on enhancing the home screen to make it more valuable to viewers, but also increase the monetization. Now, please, just one person, comment down below, how the fuck does adding more ads make it more valuable to the consumer? We're literally in 2024 where you can't open your fucking phone without being spammed with 50,000 ads. You can literally be having a conversation with somebody about a Swiffer broom, and all of a sudden you'll get 10 ads, and you don't even know how they know that you want that. But somehow Anthony Wood thinks it's going to make the experience a lot more pleasurable for you. And I think AFTV News says it correct right here. This, along with Wood's comments, seems like the beginning of the end of Roku's simple home screen, where apps have historically been the focus. So this is directly on Roku's advertising website. So this is where advertisers would go to get information if they want to start potentially putting video ads, whatever, on Roku. And this is how Roku is primed to become just an advertising hub. And this is exactly where I think this is going. Nearly half of all programmatic, holy shit, why can't I say that? Streaming ad impressions in America happen on Roku. Nearly half. That is fucking nuts. Even like the one thing Roku pushes as kind of cool, which is Roku City, is like just a big advertising tool. That's it. Now, to me, Roku's going to have to switch up their website a little bit, because right now they talk about how Roku is simplified, right? Simplified streaming, enjoyable, perfect for every consumer. But this isn't going to be the Roku experience that I think we know going forward. Now, some of you are going to disagree with me, and that's fine, because they technically haven't made these changes yet. But I've been doing this long enough, and I've been around long enough to know exactly where this goes. Company comes up with great product that consumers love. Product is affordable, everybody loves it. Company's also making a ton of money already on it. Company decides it's not enough money, and now we have to monetize. Consumers get pissed, some leave, some stay, but they still end up net positive. And to me, it's just a big piss off. I hope Roku reconsiders inserting a ton of advertisement into their system, but I think we all know that's exactly what's going to happen. Okay, thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Hit the subscribe button right down below. I'll see you in the next one.